Welcome back to the Intersint podcast. This is episode 50. Kaneez, how are you?
Plain generic intro. How are you?
We're going back to our roots.
I hate this time of year.
Why?
Because every single day this week has been so nice and sunny and warm to the point where I don't have to wear a hoodie or a big jacket or anything.
Yep.
The second it hits the weekend, it's all cold.
This is a theory I've had. Not even a theory. It's something I've noticed where it's like this happened the past 2 years as well.
Mm-hmm.
It's super, super nice all weekend. All week. I'm like, I cannot wait for the weekend. It's going to be good, nice. Raining on Saturday and Sunday, only to be super nice on Monday again.
Guess what it's going to be all week next week?
Nice.
In the 70s.
Yeah. I don't understand what it is.
I don't like this.
Saturday and Sunday is rain. It's like, I'm not big into conspiracy theories, but I have a conspiracy theory about this.
It makes me want to call out 2 days in a row at work and then work on Saturday and Sunday instead.
Yeah, if that's the case, let's switch where the weekends are.
Right?
Give me Thursday, Friday, and then I'll work Saturday, Sunday.
Exactly. Yeah. I would totally do that.
That's what I love about streamers and stuff. They're just like, oh yeah, my weekends are just Tuesday, Wednesday or something. They just get to choose their own schedule. I'm like, I want that. I want to pick my own schedule.
I would love to do that.
But I mean, well, to go off of what you were saying though, yesterday was nice. We're recording this on a Sunday.
Yeah.
It started off bad.
It started off bad, but it redeemed itself later in the day.
It did. As we were done with the day, it got nicer.
Pretty much.
It's like it knows. It's like, oh, they're wrapping up for the day, so let's go ahead and get the sun out now. And
Not fair.
We're living in a simulation. We went to the outlet mall because we have to get stuff. There's a lot going on in the background.
Yeah, there's tons going on
with you and me. You more recently, just now something came up. So
yeah.
I mean, I guess that's a good point to bring up now that there's going to be breaks now coming up where we're just not going to have an episode. More so it's coming up soon. There's got to be a break or two for your things. So, I mean, you alone, you're going to be very busy. So I don't think we're going to have episodes.
Which is fine. We've been at this for almost a year now.
We're coming up on a year of 0 breaks ever. So
yeah, it doesn't seem like it.
It really doesn't. The fact that 52 weeks almost 52 weeks we've been doing this. No, more. Because we did a bunch of test episodes beforehand.
That and then the meetings and whatnot that we have had before all this.
Oh, jeez. We put so much work into this. So all that is now that we're coming up on a year, it's okay, we need to start taking breaks after this.
Yeah. So the 25 of you guys who like to listen to us.
Yeah. Sorry.
Just letting you know now. We're taking a break.
I mean, it will be coming up soon. We'll mention it the episode prior to when it's about to happen.
Yeah, and then if anything, we can always try to release something.
Yeah, we'll try. And we've had ideas. And then later in the year, I have a big thing that will now put us out a few episodes as well.
Yeah.
A decent amount of episodes. So more on that when those things happen. Which we'll be talking about your thing when that happens too. So yeah, we went to the outlet mall to get stuff. And I think I needed to look at things and you're like, well, I'm going to go too. I'm like, okay. Because you needed things too.
I needed things, and then it was just an excuse to get out of the house, honestly.
That is true. And one thing I realized, and I guess, I don't know if this is like this all the time, but there are just stores at the outlet mall where nothing is happening.
Examples.
Like the fancy suit place that we went into.
Fancy suit place.
I can't remember the name of it, to be honest.
There's so many.
I know. We walked in for a minute and then we turned around and walked out. But it's a giant ass store. There's 2 employees. They didn't even acknowledge that we came in.
Yeah.
Because they knew we weren't going to stick around. So
we didn't have the look.
We didn't have the look that we were about to spend money there.
Yeah.
But it made me realize no one was in there. Only those 2 employees.
Yeah.
So I was like, what do you do all day? Do you just, oh yeah, everything's still in order because no one came in to mess stuff up.
Well, it's one of those things where you can't even be on your phone because the camera's watching.
Yeah.
So what do you do? Just stand there and twiddle your thumbs until someone comes in?
Mm-hmm. And there's a lot of, maybe it's because it's Easter weekend right now.
True.
But with that perfume place we went into, I'm sure we were the first first ones in there all day because that lady was on top of getting us like, oh yeah, you know, what do you need, huh? What do you want? I got this. I'm like, calm down, lady. We just got in here.
I don't even know what I want.
That was an experience of, she's like, I mean, we've established through this show that I don't know half the things I do. It's just I do the things and I continue going on in life.
That's one way to put it, yes.
So we go in because I need like more cologne. I ran out, and she's like, "Oh, what do you typically buy? Like, what's your what is it? What scents do you go for?" I'm like, I just spray the bottle, sniff it, and then I buy it. Like, I don't know.
If I like it, I'll just buy it.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm just like, I think it's this, and so she's like, I've been giving you those samples, and you didn't like any of them. I'm like, I don't know, lady.
Well, then it could also be like the brand or like the formulation of it.
Formulation.
Because it's like you have like the woodsy scent, right? But it's like different levels to that.
Exactly. Yeah. It's like, oh, here's a woods one, but it smells like I'm like a tree is like burning in front of me. That's the smell that it is. I'm like, that's way too strong. They can smell you like a mile away from that. So, I mean, it was a good experience because now I know now what I typically go for.
Yeah.
I just felt so bad for her because we had a pile of those like smelling paper things. And she's just like, I don't know what else to get. Like, I don't know what you like.
I think she sprayed all of them.
I'm pretty sure she gave us every single bottle. And I was like, maybe.
Well, then again, it's like the smell just gets overwhelming that it all starts.
Take two.
Like at a certain point, the scents just mesh all together to become one mega scent.
It's exactly like whenever you walk into a Bed Bath & Beyond.
Bath and Body Works.
Oh, yeah, Bath & Body Works.
I'm like, bedding, kitchen stuff, home stuff.
There's a B and an ampersand. I was close on one of them.
You got it. Good job.
I was close.
A for effort.
Bath & Body Works.
Yes.
You go in and it's just like you get overwhelmed with every single scent.
That's the only reason I don't like going in there.
I know, it's terrible. Like, I'm like, I can't breathe. Everything just is terrible.
Yeah.
And that's how it felt going into this store too. Just like she's giving us like these scent things, and I'm like having to put it pretty much up my nose to smell it because of all the other scents in that place.
And like the coffee only helps so much.
I had to leave. I'm like, I'm going outside to get some fresh air because this is way too much. I honestly thought about like, because I was getting so overwhelmed with all the choices. Whenever I went outside, I was like, do I just walk away at this point because I'm already outside
and leave me in there
and text you and be like, all right, I left. You come find me.
Wow. Have you ever done that?
Just left?
Yeah.
Like what?
Like how you just did. Like you're shopping with somebody and then you just up and leave.
Oh, no.
I've done that to my mom so many times.
I think you've done that to me. Like,
did I?
We'll be in a store. I forget which one it was, but you're looking at something. So I'm sitting there like looking at it with you. I'm like, oh, well, maybe there's something over here. And I like turn my head for a second to look at the item over here. And I turn back around and you're gone. I'm like, where did she go? And then like I look and you're just on the opposite side of the store. Somehow you made it over there so fast. And you're just walking around looking at all this stuff.
Yeah. Sometimes I forget I'm shopping with somebody else. In my head, it's like, I need this thing. I need to find it. Nothing else around me matters until I find it.
So we went into Hot Topic because I was looking for a specific shirt, and we're like, maybe Hot Topic might have it. And you pointed out the belts. I'm like, oh yeah, I do kind of need a belt.
You would think.
Which surprisingly, we had a conversation about belts already.
We did.
And so to go in there and see a rack of belts, I'm like, well, this is everything we were just complaining about on that episode.
Yeah, never mind.
I mean, they still didn't have a lot of variety. It was still
not as like how they did in 2009, but
yeah. I was like, do I get a studded belt again? That'd be really funny.
I kind of wanted one too.
I would love for you to show up to work with a white studded belt.
Oh, I might actually get one for Halloween.
Oh, there you go. That's a good idea.
Yeah.
So I'm like looking at the belts briefly, like not even long, and I turn around, you vanished. And it doesn't help that you're tiny. So it's like you blend into things. So I'm just like trying to figure out like, where did she go?
I just need a balloon strapped to me.
I was thinking like if we put a balloon like on your back, so like there's always hanging up
the little leash backpack with a balloon sticking up, or like a flag, an orange flag just sticking out of it.
Like when you go to TJ Maxx or something, the carts all have that bar that goes up really high.
Thanks.
That's what we need for you. But I mean, it was so weird too. Like, obviously you're gonna have slow days when you're working and stuff like that, but
Right.
what do you do once everything's cleaned and put away?
You just have to stand there and look pretty, I guess.
Just to wait at the register for someone to come by.
Pretty much.
It's like I feel bad for, not feel bad, but there's people in the middle who like sell foods.
Oh, like the little kiosks?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's a mango kiosk that I've been wanting to have, but the last time I went to go do it, it's so expensive. And I'm just like, is this worth it for what I want? I could just go buy mango myself and it'll be cheaper.
True.
But we walked by and they're sitting there like doing the stringing the mango. I don't know what you call it.
Okay.
And I'm just like, no one's around to buy this and it's cold, so no one's gonna want it.
Right.
So you're just like wasting mango at this point to shred it up.
I mean, it's also like at a certain point, you just have to like be prepared. But then like with the food, it's like, that's such a waste.
Especially on an Easter weekend where there's
Nobody.
almost no one there.
Well, all these stores that I would usually go to would have lines and they would like
yeah,
control
yeah,
how
yeah.
many people are in that store.
Mm-hmm.
Like still, even after COVID. And
No,
there was none of that.
Barely anyone walking around.
Because literally nobody's there.
Dude, I remember the whole line thing of like, I wanted to go to REI or something like that and just having to stand outside and wait to get in. I'm like, all I need is like something so tiny and simple. I'm going to be in and out in like a minute. Just why do I have to wait in this line? For
I know
20
what I
minutes to
need.
get inside.
I mean, like even on the drive over there, it was really busy. And so I'm just like, people better not be like going there.
Oh yeah, I think it was a big thing of like people just going to the mountains of like, it's Easter, we're gonna go on camping trips now.
Yay.
Which when we were walking there, we had this discussion about radio stations.
Yeah. So before we get into that, and I think, did you have that station before I told you about it?
Yeah, it's always been on programmed on my car. Yeah.
Really? Interesting. Like you programmed it.
It was one of those things of you do the scan until you find a station and then you set it to a preset.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So you found it.
Yeah.
Weird. Because when I put it in our Discord, like it sounded like you never knew about it.
Well, also you're talking about the guy who doesn't really know a lot of information.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I don't even know song names of my favorite bands. So I don't know what radio stations I listen to.
Anyway, so like we were talking about this, and I was telling you like in our Discord of there's this one station that has like all these, what would you categorize it as? Like it's not full on emo.
I just categorize it as just older
Rock?
songs like rock and rap of just back in the day. The stuff you would listen to in like high school.
Yeah. So yeah. Because there's a lot of like rap, like you said, but it's mostly tracks the scene kids really liked from back in the day.
Which is weird because I remember that station just having like old school Snoop Dogg and...
They changed it.
Oh, okay.
Like I don't remember when, but I think it was like a few years ago. They changed like what they play now.
Weird. Okay. That makes sense then.
I think it's always been alternative, but in everybody's head, alternative has a different meaning.
That is true.
So I guess they kind of like embrace that more.
Yeah, because you're like, oh, they play Green Day and Blink-182 and stuff. I'm like, I've
I was
never
gonna go
heard
into that, yeah.
once that they show up.
I was like, oh yeah, they play Fall Out Boy and like My Cam, and you're just like, when?
when is these songs played? I never hear them.
I mean, I was telling you too. It's usually like midday, or not midday, but like mid morning.
Yeah.
So like, what I'll usually do now instead of like listening to music on my phone is go on that station because it's like it's giving me something to force myself to listen to instead of spending time finding a good song on my phone and wasting battery.
Or listening to the same band over and over and over again.
I guess. Yeah, but I mean, like, for this station, at least, it's like, you already kind of know all those bands.
No, that's true. It's just like going through your phone, you're like, oh, I'm going to listen to this again. So it's like, it forces you to just not have any control of what you're listening to.
Yeah, and that's kind of like what I'm going for now. But it made me think of like, how much would it be to open my own radio station? Because I would love to just play like my own music.
Hey, welcome back to Kaneez 105.5. Guess what we're listening to again today? Here's the Axolotl song.
No, you really don't have that much faith in me to play something good. There's the Axolotl song.
You have been singing the Axolotl song
That's not my fault.
all the time.
Something on TikTok.
Non-stop.
That's not my fault.
The amount of times I've heard this Axolotl song on top of all the different versions of the Axolotl song.
That's not my fault.
It's just living rent-free in my brain.
It is.
Yeah, I would absolutely love to do that. And I was telling you, like, there was a radio station back whenever I was in high school where I think it was just college kids who would play newer bands that were coming out and local bands. And I'm just like,
okay.
how did you pull that off? Like, what did you do to get this station?
Yeah.
But then, like, on top of that, it's just, okay, we're not even talking about cost. The commitment behind that, where you need to be sitting down,
Locked in,
ready to go at the same time every single day.
Yeah. That and like you have to have like a playlist planned out every single day. It can't be like the same songs at the same time every day.
That would be hilarious. Where it's like, oh, 1 o'clock. That means Census Fail is about to be playing. I think that'd be the funnier thing to do. Is just the same day from beginning to end. It's just the same exact Spotify playlist you're playing.
That would be so hilarious. I would love to do something like that. Like, it made me think about it more of like, and we've gotten like on this whole thing of like, where do things come from?
Yeah.
And like, what all it would take for me to buy a radio station. And who would I buy it from?
Well, yeah, do you go to a current radio station and be like, I would like one channel? Like,
yeah, like, how do I make a radio station for me that other people can't like project their shit on?
That's the thing. I feel like you would have to buy, like, kind of like a website. You would have to buy a band
domain, like a bandwidth.
Yeah.
From who?
Isn't that the thing? Like 107.7 is like the bandwidth of that frequency or something.
I don't know. I remember seeing this video of like how radio stations work, and I cannot remember that anymore.
Dude, this is something that happens, I think, about all the time. Just us sitting here right now. Think about all the invisible information flying around your body right now.
I don't like thinking about that.
Like, every time I'm thinking about it, I'm like, phone information that I have flying by me in space and data and other people, like all neighbors, internet, Wi-Fi, phone information that's just cruising around us at all times. And
and you can't really like intercept that information unless you have something like to get it.
Yeah, and same goes with the radio. Like right now there's radio songs playing all around us and we can't hear it because we don't have the antenna to pick it up.
That just broke my brain.
You never thought about this before?
Not before this, no.
Yeah.
Like, I knew there's stuff like that there. Like Bluetooth.
Yeah.
There's a signal coming from my phone to my headphones that I cannot see.
Yes. So yeah, invisible information being transferred between the two.
I've thought that.
Yeah.
I've never gone down this deep of thinking that until today, until right this second.
Which even the Bluetooth thing, going off of that, your phone was connected to my car because I drove yesterday. So then we drove separately because we were going to go get food and then go different ways. So you were going to go home.
Yeah.
Your phone was still connected to my car and we're driving. You got a good distance away before it finally broke that connection to my car.
Weird, because my phone immediately connected to my car.
So it's just connected to two different cars at the same time.
Yeah, I guess. Which, how?
I don't know. But then with how far you were away before the signal broke, I'm like, okay, so that even takes us even further that the Bluetooth signal was so strong that like it's just all around us all the time. We're walking through an ocean of information every single second of our life, and we never sense it.
I don't like that feeling. I don't like having my information around me.
I need to keep my information contained.
Where's my bubble?
I was like, and you were saying like you need a device to pick it up. Could you theoretically make a device that just picks up literally every single piece of information that's like flying around?
Information like what?
Just like from phones that are like being texted out and whatnot.
If you have this one police scanner that's been banned for all these police stations, then yes.
Well, you were talking about that one, yes. But imagine making your own, just like...
tinfoil antenna.
Tinfoil antenna. It's just a Tesla coil. Zapping everything.
I kind of want to make one now.
A Tesla coil?
And like anything to intercept information.
Oh, a device to... We're talking about how to even build we don't even know how to make a radio station. And you want to build this advanced thing to steal information out of the air.
This is for scientific purposes, not for personal.
But yeah, I agree. Like going off of that with all the information and stuff, how do you buy a station? Like who do you talk to say, I want this one?
I want this one. I guess it'd be like, if it was something that's already on air, then you just talk to whoever owns it. But if it's static, like who do you talk to? Let's look this up right now. Oh, the FCC just has an article of how to apply for a radio or television broadcast station.
Is this new? Like they just put it out recently?
Last year.
Oh, wow.
They're basically saying you have to contact the current owner and negotiate a sale. Oh, there you go. Somebody in Reddit has the same idea as us. There is a way to do it. I just don't want to get into all that. It's so much.
I couldn't imagine it's a simple process.
No.
But on top of that, like imagine you buy a thing and you're not going to be doing it all day, every day, because you have other stuff to do. So someone finds your station, but it's just silent. There's because you're not broadcasting anything.
Well, that's because like, wouldn't you just put yourself off air at that point?
Oh, okay. So then the station wouldn't even pop up.
Well, it would. You would have to turn off the outgoing audio for it.
That's what I mean. So like if you do a scan feature on your car, it's not going to pick up that station at all.
It'll just be static.
Oh, that too.
I think.
So imagine people are like, this station is just always static. There's never anything playing. Oh no, you just got to go through these hours and you have music playing.
Or like, I think I remember this one station back in San Francisco where after 10 p.m. or whatever, it would just play classical music until like the next morning at like 6 a.m.
Oh, so they
would just turn it on and leave. And here's your 17 billion hours of classical music until
we come back.
NPR or whatever comes on.
I like that. It's the kind of like on Twitch how you can rate another streamer when you're done streaming.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, we're going off air. Here's the classical station. I mean, I'm fine with that. I like the classical station, so.
Oh, I know you do.
You laugh every time you get in my car and we turn on the radio.
You've explained to me why, but do you want to explain to the people out there
why I like classical?
Why any metalhead likes classical?
Oh, geez, it's this could be a 5-hour conversation. It's pretty much they're pretty much the same thing, right? You're doing odd time signatures, like back classical times they were doing 3/4, and structurally. Classical is a lot like metal, except metal just uses electric guitars and faster paces. If you do the composition side by side, like they're not that far off from one another. It's just the types of instruments and how the fast they're playing it nowadays. But it is weird. Like I always thought I was the odd one out until I met other people who were like, "Oh, I love classical." I'm like, "What?" I thought it was just me. And then it's been this whole thing of just everyone like, "Yeah, it's most metal people love classical too."
Aw.
I don't know. For me, I've always found it just relaxing.
For me, I don't mind. It's good to have like in the background. So like, it's good like talking over music.
Yeah. It's like lo-fi music.
Yeah.
I put on lo-fi. Just you've called me and you hear the lo-fi in the background.
I do. Well, you have a reason for it.
Why?
I always assume that you only have it on because your computer shuts off if you don't have anything running.
It hasn't done that in a while, actually.
Really?
But I don't want to like risk it, so I still always put lo-fi on just to.
Yeah.
It's one of those things that I feel like, I mean, people, if anyone has a solution to this or knows why this is happening, let me know, because it's like if I have nothing running on my computer, like it's just on, it'll just blue screen sometimes and turn itself off. And so I found that if I turn on lo-fi or anything, if I have something running all the time, it prevents my computer from turning off, and I don't know what that is. It's like my computer has ADD, so like here's the attention, like focus on this thing, keep going.
I mean, it makes sense considering you're the same way.
I know, but it's the same thing of lo-fi is just like my background music of just like it's on, it's just noise in the apartment.
Right.
So when I'm driving, it's just there's no lyrics or anything, so it's just classical music and it's just noise as I'm mindlessly driving to work or something.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Because I found too, if I listen to music at work, like a band, I tend to just start zoning out and focusing on the music and the words and all that stuff.
Right.
But if it's lo-fi, it's just in the back of my head and I focus on work and I don't really pay attention to what's being played.
Yeah.
So that's like whenever the new Blink-182 album came out, for a good like 3 months, you were on me like, did you listen to it yet? Did you listen to it yet?
I remember that.
No, I'm working and I can't focus on the words.
That's with the I Need to Remember as well, because they just put something out. They put a whole album out, and you still haven't listened to it.
The big old album.
Yeah.
Which, speaking of, What is going on in metal music now? It's all going to like country now.
Yeah.
I don't.
Or like a calmer version of metal.
Well, that's fine, but it all has like a country tone to it.
Country twang.
Twang. Because like I showed you that one new song, and it is just straight up a country chorus.
I guess, yeah.
And then you showed me Day to Remember, which also has that country feel to it now.
Yeah.
I blame Caleb Shomo from Beartooth because he collabed with a country artist and they made a song and it blew up. And now you have all these
Now
bands.
everyone wants to do it. Damn it.
Everyone is going to do country stuff.
Damn it. I mean, it makes sense considering like when we were kids, country was like not a genre like anyone liked. There was a select few that was like okay with it.
I grew up on country.
Oh, that's not surprising. that's really not surprising. So did you like country as a kid?
Oh yeah.
Really?
That's what I grew up on. Like my parents listened to it all the time, so I loved country music. Like yeah, you can't tell that today, but yeah, so I was listening to country all the time, like what was it, George Strait, and yeah.
I don't know who these people are.
I figured yeah, like I'd go to bed with country music playing on the radio, like as I'm falling asleep. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, for you it makes sense. I see that considering where you came from.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense considering being born in like middle Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
But yeah, it wasn't until I think 5th grade when I moved to like my 7th school ever. It's like there's another new kid also named Mike.
Aww.
And he was like, we became friends because we were both the new kids. And he's like, hey, have you ever heard of Limp Bizkit? I'm like, no, what is that? And I was like, it changed my world entirely meeting this kid.
Aww.
And like, I wasn't allowed to listen to music with swearing on it.
Oh, okay.
So, oh God, I'm now remembering this. Do you want to know my very first CD ever was?
Yes.
Take a guess. And it's not country, just what would be my very first CD I ever had?
I don't know.
Spice Girls.
No fucking way. You can't see us right now, but if you see what what this guy looks like.
Dude, aside from country, I loved the Spice Girls. And like I would sit there singing all the songs all the time.
It's Britney, bitch. Not Spice Girls, but
that was my very first album. Aside from that, I had this is so embarrassing. I had the CDs of wrestlers' intro music, and I had like 3 different volumes of it, and it was just their intro music for when they come out to the ring. Yeah.
Wow.
Uh-huh.
Do you still have it?
No.
You got rid of it?
That was a long time ago, yeah.
Oh.
I want to see if I can find it really, really fast. I haven't thought about this in ages. Yep, here it is. Oh boy, this bring back memories. I can even hear like the songs in my head looking at this cover.
Wow.
And this is volume 4. I had this one. I think I had 1, 2, and 3 as well.
I really want to be shocked and surprised right now. But knowing you and the stories you've told, none of this is surprising. Looking at that CD, that tracks for you.
It truly does. My childhood in a nutshell, wrestling and country music. And like that's what I loved.
Wow. So then like what opened you more into exploring other genres?
That kid. Meeting that kid.
That's it? Oh, yeah. Really?
Like he showed me Limp Bizkit, he showed me Blink-182, Green Day, Sum 41. Like
dang.
without meeting him, I probably would still be listening to country music and not be into music as much as I am today.
Yeah.
Imagine Country Mike.
I don't like that.
I have a cowboy hat on and I have the cowboy boots.
Nope. Nope. If you showed up to Seattle looking like that, we'd change your entire wardrobe or make you move to Texas.
I probably would be living in Texas or something.
Trade all your electric guitars for acoustics.
I have acoustics.
Well, I know, but you'd have more acoustics now.
Oh, that is true. It's crazy to think about how, like, if that were to be the path I went down, and then you and I happen to meet in public one day, you'd be like, what the fuck are you? Get out of here.
I'm sorry, who are you?
Just so weird that, like, little interactions like that change you completely.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really think I had anything like that. Except for the one girl who I stole music from.
Well, I think that's the case, too. Like, that changed what kind of music you liked and whatnot.
Yeah, because I think she gave me All American Rejects and Bowling for Soup.
Oh, okay.
And that changed my trajectory of what music I listened to.
It's just weird that little moments like that just completely change, like, it make you who you became today.
Yeah. Do you ever like go back and like think about, oh, if I did this differently?
Oh, all the time.
Like say you met that kid and he like introduced all these bands to you, but you just never thought of them again.
Oh yeah. That. I mean, that just goes back to I just would have stuck to country at that point.
But then like you wouldn't explore anything more further than what he showed you or the country.
You know how I am at shopping at a grocery store.
Yeah, that's true.
So the same would apply to music as well. It's stuff like that is so interesting to me. Yeah.
It's always interesting though too of like how, because a lot of people can't do this of like pinpointing where specific moments in life it shaped what they became.
Yeah.
Because not a lot of people can do that.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like interesting to like think back on it of like, if I didn't do this, I wouldn't be here.
Oh yeah. I mean, he opened up everything, like skateboarding and all this stuff. Like I got into skating because of him, and playing guitar was because of him. So
oh wow,
this one friend just like literally changed everything about my life.
And it's also cool that your parents didn't really care.
Oh no, they hated it.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Well, like they were more accepting what you became in a sense.
Now, at the time, they were not.
So you had to like fight for.
Oh yeah.
Aww.
Dude, he made me mix CDs that I had to hide because they had swearing on it. I wasn't allowed to listen to music that had swearing.
Mm-hmm.
And so when no one was home, I'd plop in the CD and listen to it. And it had like Nelly on it and
wow.
Jay-Z and stuff like that.
Aww.
That's like my little secret of I hid the CD so I could listen to bad music.
Aww.
And yeah, I think the very first album I bought on my own was Mudvayne. I don't know if you've heard of them.
Mm-mm.
They're pretty heavy. And my dad was so pissed whenever he heard that CD playing in my room.
Aw.
I remember specifically, he's like, I'm tired of this screaming shit. Blah, 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 blah. Cut the years later, I'm playing live shows in a band that screams, and he's at my show watching. So, so he changed.
Aw.
So then, what did you listen to prior to your turnaround phase?
Bollywood music.
Oh, that makes sense. That's because you do all the dances and stuff.
Yeah, it was always either classical music because of my dad or Bollywood music because of both my parents.
Wait, your dad listens to classical?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
He loves classical.
Ah.
But yeah, it was always like on car rides or like shopping trips in different cities. It would always be plopping in these mixtapes that my parents would get from these random Indian stores that would, I guess, burn and just make a mixtape of like all these different Bollywood movies soundtracks.
Mm-hmm.
And they would just like keep plopping those in the CD player in the car, and we'd always just like listen to that. And then I always knew about like the early like 2000s popular artists
through school and stuff, right?
Yeah, like it would always be like school dances or whatever, or like parties and whatnot.
Yeah.
And then like in elementary school would be our music teacher, who, by the way, introduced me to Green Day.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, because she'd always like print out lyric sheets and like have us sing along to them while she played it on her guitar.
That's
and then cool. Yeah, so I like that memory just like blocked itself out of my brain until like after the whole All American Rejects
yeah, like
pathway that I took. I don't know, it was always interesting to like remember like what you listened to and how all that changed. Because then with meeting you, it was more the screamy stuff, which I was like, oh, I like this.
Which is hilarious because when I was first turned the screamy stuff, I hated it so much.
Oh, really?
I did not. I was a punk kid.
Aww.
In and out and just like, screw the screamy stuff. Like, that's so stupid, blah, blah, blah. And I don't know what changed for me on that aspect where it's just like, at a certain point, I'm just like, I actually kind of like this.
I was the same way. I was always a pop punk kid until like much later. Well, actually until meeting you, and where you'd like show me all these like different screamy bands.
Yeah, I always just send you so much of like, here's this entire list of stuff. Have fun.
Go wild.
I remember, and this is going to be crazy, but I remember being in an FYE, which is a crazy statement to say because I don't think those even exist anymore.
What is that?
Oh, you don't? Oh, wow. That just made me feel so old. FYE was in malls and it was a record store, but it also had like, you know how like, how Hot Topic and stuff has like the Funko Pops?
Yes.
So FYE eventually started getting that stuff where like you can find cool little gadgets, but at the same time, it was mainly just a record store.
There's an FYE in Tacoma.
Is there really? Oh my God.
Yeah. I feel, when did they go out of business? Or like start closing
Start
stores?
dying. Probably when Spotify and stuff started coming out.
No, because I'm trying to remember the malls I've been to, and I've never remember seeing these.
Ah. I mean, it was pretty much like the Blockbuster of the times, but with music, not movies.
So they did close in 2009.
Oh, did they really?
Or they started closing down stores in 2009.
That makes sense. Something like that can't exist for too much longer. So, I mean, I remember going into an FYE and I was just randomly looking at music and I found the album from The Chariot. I'm like, oh, who's this? And I remember listening to it because they had these stations where there was headphones and you put the headphones on and you can scan the barcode of the album.
Oh.
And it'll play through the system so you can sample the CD before you buy it.
Mm-hmm.
And I did that. I scanned it, was listening to it. I'm like, what is this garbage? And like, I put it down. Little did I know that they were going to become my favorite band down the road.
Yep. I remember getting a record for you because that was the hardest thing to find.
Oh, was it?
Yeah. Like physical without ordering online.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And it's just crazy how like something I hated back then turned into my favorite band down the road.
Aww. I was looking up FYE, and this is making me want to go down the rabbit hole of all these different stores that I remember in my head and like finding out what happened to them. I mean, obviously they all like went bankrupt or whatever.
Right.
But it's like, I want to like relive that memory of going in there and like... Like with, was it Brookstone?
Oh, I loved Brookstone. Are they gone now?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
I remember just going in there just for their like massaging recliners.
Yes. That's why everyone went into that store.
Yes.
I would run in there and jump on that before anyone else could. And I'd sit there for about half an hour getting a massage.
Yep. And I remember that was right next to Hollister. And Brookstone would be really, really bright and like sparkly and like all these different colors. And Hollister right next to it would just be like, did they pay their electric bill?
Hollister is always so dark.
Not anymore.
Wait, I thought they were. Oh no, we just went to Hollister.
Yeah, you could see now.
Well, that was the outlets, but if you go into the mall,
Well, even the one in the mall.
Oh, okay.
They have like more lights now.
Maybe they
not as much, but it's definitely a lot less darker.
Maybe they're realizing like, hey, maybe we should have people see the things they're buying before they buy it.
Probably.
It's always, and just to go off of your point too, like I would go into Hollister with like an X or something, and when we left, it's like when you go to the movies and when you leave.
Oh yeah,
and it's
blinds
bright
you.
out, you're just like, oh my, I can't see any. It's so bright. That's how it felt leaving a Hollister every single time. you lose track of like, what time is it? Is it dark outside? I don't know.
Yep. And then right across from that was a Wet Seal. I don't know if you remember that.
Oh my God, I forgot about that place.
I loved Wet Seal as a kid.
That's gone too, right?
Yeah.
I think my sister would shop there.
Oh yeah, every girl would shop there.
I think so, yes. It is great. And like, I didn't even know, I just found this out recently that Macy's was called something different.
Bon Marché.
Yeah. Okay. You know this too. Someone at work was like, oh, Bon Marché. I'm like, what the fuck did you just say?
You said words.
What is that? And he's like, Macy's. I'm like, what? When did this happen?
A long time ago.
Do you remember it being the old name?
No. It was not our time. It was most likely our parents' time.
Then how did these people know it?
I guess it's always ingrained in the history of Macy's. It was always Bon Marché.
I never knew that. It's something
I want to see though. 2003 was the rebrand from Bon Marché to Macy's.
So we were definitely old enough to know that.
Yeah, because in the P&W was transitioned in 2005.
Holy, that seems so much later. Like wow. This reminds me of, remember when we found out about when pizza was first introduced to America?
When pizza was first introduced to America.
Yeah. Remember when we found that out?
Like vaguely.
I think we were watching a movie or something, or we saw something, and they brought up the when pizza was brought to America.
Mm-hmm.
And you and I both were mind blown at the fact that there was a time and period where there wasn't pizza in America.
Yep.
Because it just feels like a staple of what American food is.
Pretty much, yeah.
So it's like, wait, there was a time when that you just didn't know what a pizza was?
Cheese on bread
with sauce?
How dare you?
Although I would love to be like the first one, Pizza Hut pops up. You're like, a Pizza Hut? What's a pizza? And just to have that moment of like your whole life changing from this one food.
Yeah.
Because we don't have that today.
That was me with like the Thai milk tea.
Oh, that is true. That is true. And the boba.
And boba. Well, good boba.
And the horchata.
Yes.
It's always so great with like, you're like, oh yeah, I never tried that. So I give it to you. And then you're like, oh my God. Yeah, your eyes go super big. I need more of this now.
Yep. I just had another thought of going into Sears.
With your parents?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would always just book it to like the tech area.
I think I may have too, but I don't remember.
Because then that and Radio Shack was like right next to each other. So I would like go to Radio Shack, go all around first, make my rounds of like everything that's new, all the camcorders and like little point and shoot cameras,
Yep.
Play with those, book it to the tech aisle in Sears and just spend my day there.
Yep. That's how it was when my mom went to Walmart or something.
Oh, yeah.
The instant we walked in, back into the electronics section. Like, she didn't even care. She's like, I know where to find them. And, like, I'd be sitting there playing the video games that they had set up for us.
Yep. That was me in Toys R Us, too. Like, at a certain age, I forget what age it was, but my time would just be at that little display stand playing the video game that they had up.
See, I don't remember that. Toys R Us.
You don't remember Toys R Us?
No. I remember going to Toys R Us when my brother was born.
Okay.
Because I was jealous of my brother being born and him getting all the attention. So my grandma brought...
Me too!
You too?
I scratched him. It was just a giant scratch from his eye to his cheek.
Oh my God.
Because he got so much attention.
That's how you create a villain in a movie and they have a scar over their eye. That's you.
I created my own villain.
Does he still have a mark there?
No.
Oh, okay, that's good.
It healed over. I was so jealous. I love how we were both jealous. That is a lie. I never knew that.
I could just imagine you're like a cat. Like you saw your baby brother and just like across the face.
I didn't even do that. I gaslit him afterwards.
Oh, really?
I didn't do it. He fell. He was over there.
Wow.
My parents would be like, what happened? I'm like, I don't know.
Jeez, stealing pizzas.
See, look, he just hurt himself.
Jeez. So wait, did you go to Toys R Us because of that too?
Because of what?
You being jealous about your brother?
Oh, no. We were so close in age that my parents would just be like, okay, let's just throw them in Toys R Us and we'll find them later.
Oh, okay. So my only memory about going to Toys R Us was that time. And so because I was so jealous, my grandma was like, oh, we're going to take you to Toys R Us so you can buy a toy. I was like, okay.
Aww. See? Jealousy works.
I know. It paid off. I got a toy out of it. I don't remember much. I don't remember going ever again after that.
Oh, okay.
Like, I remember that being the one time.
Mm-hmm.
But at that point, too, I was probably so young that I don't remember the gaming stuff.
Yeah, from when I was a kid, I remember it was being phased more in.
Yeah. Well, they probably saw Walmart doing it.
Probably, because I remember it being only like one wall of games with the little TV next to it. And then the last time I went, it was just being like more phased in with like the different consoles that came out at the time. And like all the toys being shifted to another corner. And it's becoming less and less.
Remember when we were at the mall and we saw a sign that like Toys R Us is back and we're like, wait, what?
Where?
Do you remember this?
I do.
It was in a Macy's, right?
Yep.
So it's like, okay, let's find this Toys R Us, like nostalgia kick. Let's go find it.
Let's go. Yeah.
I think we spent a good 20 to 30 minutes looking for this place.
Yep.
Because it's like, oh, Toys R Us is upstairs. We go upstairs. We don't see anything. We're like, is it up on the roof? And like, did they hide it?
Is it like a secret passageway we have to go through for the secret Toys R Us that no one knows about?
Knock on a door, give someone a password, and like then they let us in.
Jeffrey. Oh yeah, come on in.
Oh wow, you guys got the first try. How'd you know? No, it's just a small corner of Macy's.
Yeah. And not even like good toys too. It's like little kid toys. Like baby toys.
Oh yeah. It was like that and just not much at all, regardless that there was even a corner of it. It's just like very small selection. I'm like, this is your comeback? What are you doing?
Do better, Jeffrey.
I remember you said that to me. I'm like, who is Jeffrey? Like, I did not know that the giraffe's name was Jeffrey.
I was like, how dare you? Put some respect on his name.
Although I don't remember if the giraffe was even around back whenever I was going to Toys R Us.
What
Maybe
year
it
was this?
I couldn't tell you. I don't know. I was young.
I want to say it's always been Jeffrey.
It could have been, for all I know.
Just like the bullseye dog for Target.
Bullseye. Oh yeah, what's his name?
I don't know. Bullseye?
Oh, I thought you were just gonna say Bullseye. I know. There's all these animal mascots. Is like, what's the Geico Gecko's name?
I don't know.
Does he have a name? I don't know.
Steve.
Steve. All right, we should start wrapping up.
We should.
All right. Well, if you like that episode, be sure to rate, comment, and subscribe. Go follow our YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram over at Intersint Pod. And oh yeah, we'll keep you updated about breaks. There's going to be coming up soon, but we'll talk about it more as
we'll make an announcement when the time comes.
Yeah. All right. We'll see you next week.
Bye.